Hey guys, you're watching For a Couple of Gays with Chentel and Carrie.
It must be Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. Here they are now, Chentel and Carrie.
Why do I laugh at you every time?
I don't know, you know, I'm sitting right next to you, you know where I'm coming from.
It's so funny.
You tell me where to hide.
I know. Alright, so this week's topic is about your childhood. We're all going to show pictures of when we were little and share with you a couple childhood stories. So,
yes, you're going first this time. I usually go first. Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. All right. So we'll take turns. I'll show you pictures, and then I'll tell you some of my stories, and then she'll go. So here are some of my pictures.
My eyes are so bleary, I guess I'm young, but I feel so weary. I try to express it.
I personally
So too.
like the one where I'm posing with my underwear showing. I'm such a poser.
I like that big old belly.
Even now.
Reading that book when you're 6 months old. How old are you in that picture? A year old, maybe?
Maybe, I don't
Acting
know.
like you're reading that book like you own it.
And yes, that was my cow. Her name was Oreo, and
Oreo, not Oriole. It's Oreo.
Oreo?
Mm-hmm. It sounded like Oriole.
Oreo?
Mm-hmm.
And she had a baby named Chip. I basically grew up on a farm and a wildlife area, and yeah, but so
Exotic animal preserve.
Yeah, and my grandma had cows and things like that,
and buffalo and elk and.
So, anyways, that's my pictures. That's what I looked like as a kid.
Chickens.
And are you done? Are you done?
No, y'all had a lot of animals, but I'll tell them that later. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's my stories. My first one was, okay, so my dad's a pastor, and my mom is and was, of course, back then, the worship leader. And so every Tuesday night, she would go to church and have, like, worship practice or something like that.
That means, like, singing.
Yeah, and my mom played the piano.
She was like the music minister.
Yeah, she is.
Minister of music.
So anyways, so she would go. So my dad would have to entertain us, which, I mean, we didn't really need entertaining. We were country kids.
She needs entertaining now. She gets bored of any person I've ever seen.
Can I tell a story without you interrupting, like, every second? Do you notice that you're interrupting every second?
Every third second. But go ahead.
I don't care. You're driving me insane, lady.
I apologize.
All right. So, anyways, we knew that every Tuesday night that this would happen. My mom would leave, and the tiger would come out. Well, we'd ask my dad. We're like, Dad, is the tiger gonna come out? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know, tiger? What are you talking about? I'm like, Dad, you know, you're the tiger. And as soon as the sun would set, we'd hear.
How old were you at this point?
He did it all.
I just didn't know if you were like, 5 or if you were, 14.
He did it all ages. Until we left the house, I think. He did Tuesday night.
Till college.
Yeah. So, no, not really. But when we were, I don't know how old. It was when we, I don't know, lived in this.
Matter.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so the sun would set and we hear, "Whoa!" That was a tiger noise. And we would be like, "Ah!" and screamed everywhere. We always stuck together. Usually we tried to. And I mean, like on scary movies, when you're running away from the monster and you fall down, let me tell you folks, when you're scared, you fall down. I don't know why. It's not because I'm white.
Okay.
You know how like
The scared white girl always falls down.
yeah,
The scary
scared.
movie. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
the scared
All right.
white girl always falls down.
I'll give you that.
You
All
put
right.
any other kind of nationality person, they're probably not gonna fall down. But you've got a scared white girl, and she is gonna fall down.
Hit the deck.
But so we'd fall down. We go anywhere and everywhere. We hide under bunk beds, and Dad would like try to grab us and everything. And we were so scared, but we knew it was just him, and we were having a good time. And he would even go to some points of actually going to the breaker box and turning out all the lights.
Yeah,
so
where
we
they
have
couldn't turn the
no.
lights on.
We didn't turn the lights on and off or anything.
That's trickery right there.
Yes. But as you guys know about my childhood, it's, so I only have a few stories. So that's
your big one. And then you got
Yeah.
one.
And then I have one with my grandma. I spent a lot of time with my grandma Bodie, and I love her so much dearly. She is, I forget how old she is.
Grandma. Age.
Middle 90s, 90 maybe, yeah, something like that. Anyway, so I'd spent all my time over at her house gardening and cooking and picking vegetables and sitting out in the patio with my grandma and grandpa, and tons of yard work they'd always be into, and that's why I'm into it also. But there would be bunnies that would come up occasionally and eat up their plants. And so my grandpa came in one day and he's like, Anne Marie, we've got bunnies again. And I don't know how little I was, but I was like, oh, Grandpa, there's bunnies. I want one. And my grandma's like, well, we got to go get them out. If you want one, you go out there and catch one. I'm like, Grandma, you can't catch a bunny. I can't catch a bunny. They're fast. And she's like, I'll show you a trick. And she handed me a pepper shaker. And she said, you get close to them and you sprinkle the pepper on its tail. And then it can't move. It's just there, and then you pick it up, and it's yours.
It's because they're getting ready to sneeze, and so they can't hop.
Probably. I don't know.
Right?
I didn't even ask why. I didn't question it. It's my grandma. She knows everything.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go do it. I grabbed, I was like, I don't know.
You told me like 7 or 8.
7 or 8, something like that. And so I grabbed the salt and pepper shaker with no question, rushed straight out to the outside. And I don't know how long I was out there, maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes, trying my best.
It was probably like 6 to 8 hours, but
And
real.
I got to the point where I could only get so close to the bunnies, and then I just jerked my arm like that, and Pepper would shoot out because I thought maybe it would catch the tail, and so I was just shaking it all over the place. And I came in the house so frustrated, Grandma, it didn't work. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get close enough to get Pepper on the tail. And I didn't get home.
Poor little baby Chentel.
I was like, I couldn't get the rabbit. I couldn't get one for me, and I couldn't help you guys out. I'm sorry. And they said, well, that's okay. And then I'm sure adults snickered behind my back. And
they were probably laughing their asses off in the living room watching you out the window the whole time.
Oh, yeah. And guess what? They never told me. Never told me. Guess how many years later I bring it up again? 13 years old. Still, I may have been 15, really. I don't know, 13, 15, somewhere on there. Still believing this story. And we had a guest over at dinner. I forget what it was. It was one of my parents' friends. And we start out about bunnies. They had some bunny issue in their yard. And I bring up this knowledge that I think is great. Oh, I can help you. I can help you. My grandmother taught me this. 15 years old to one of my parents' friends that went to our church. We didn't even know them that well. I was like, oh, I have a way for you to catch them so you won't have their issue anymore. I tell them the story. They all pause, silence, and I'm like, what did I do? Because I was, even to this day, I'm always messing up my words or whatever. And they told me that's true, and they started laughing because they knew the fake story, and I'm sure my grandmother teased my dad with that too. And I called my grandma, and she said, "Oh no, I never told you that wasn't true." I'm like, "No, Grandma, no." So that's my 2 stories.
Those are good stories, I have to admit. And just a sidebar note, her grandmother wasn't 90 then. She's 90 now.
Yeah.
So that was, just throw that out there. Okay, so my turn. Mine are really short. All of our stories kind of revolve around the lake and going camping. So here is little me.
I thought I saw your face today, but I just turned my head away, your face against the trees. But I just see the memories.
God dang, I'm a cute kid.
She's cute.
Gosh, what happened?
Babe.
I'm just saying. Okay, so like I say, my family was very outdoorsy family. We did a lot of, I don't know what happened there. It was really cute earlier. We did a lot of camping and going to the lake, and we didn't really fish. We did like inner tubing and water skis and that kind of stuff. So when we would go camping, my dad was at one time a big hunter. He liked deer hunt and pheasant hunt and dove hunt and duck hunt and all those things. And my brother and I, he's 3 years younger than I am, needed to be in the middle of everything. And so I can remember we would go camping and go hiking, him and my mom and my dad and my brother. We would go camping and hike on all the little trails and stuff. And my dad was sick, I guess, of us pestering him. We wanted him to teach us how to track a deer so we could go hunting with him. That was our goal. We've got to go hunting. We need a gun. We want to go shoot deer. I couldn't do it now to save my life. But when I was, I'm going to say 7 or 8 years old probably, we're walking along, got our big old straw cowboy hats on and our big old cowboy boots, walking the trails with my parents. And my dad would say, "Wait, y'all hear that?" And of course, my brother and I, our ears would perk up. We're listening. He says, "There's deer in here. I can tell there's deer in the area. Y'all stay right here." And he'd go out about, I don't know, 10 or 15 or 20 feet in front of us. And he'd crouch down on one knee and look around like that. Start touching the ground. "Yep. Come here, kids. There's been deer right here. You see these tracks?" And of course, my brother and our eyes would get this big, and we're like, "Oh, I see them. There's deer. There's tracks. Look at these tracks." And it would go on for miles on this hike, like all the way around the campground. We could never find the deer. And that's because my dad, when he would touch the grass, would put the little deer marks in the sand or the dirt to make it look like we were actually tracking deer. And I didn't know that either till I was 25. And he told us that that's what he was doing. We thought we were tracking deer from the time I was a little kid till I was a grown adult. But those times with my parents were awesome, great childhood memories. And I was going to tell you one about my mom, but there's not just one. So I will just tell you that y'all know that she passed pretty close to 7 years ago. My childhood with her, she stayed at home with my brother and I until we were both in school, and then she went to work for the school district so she could have same days off as us and summers off with us. And she was president of the PTA and always did the little class projects with our classes, like the little Christmas parties. She would make all the little decorations and little gifts to hand out, and was the sweetest, kindest woman that's ever lived, in my opinion, and many other people's opinions, as you know. So I will tell you that I will share my second childhood memory as being every moment as a kid that I spent with my mother. No doubt about it. No kid on this earth is as lucky as I am when it comes to moms. So that's my second memory, and you can see a couple of my moms in some of those pictures there.
She looks just like her mother.
Well, my hair's a little shorter and blonder. If I take my glasses off and give you a wink and a smile, we do look pretty similar. But she was a pretty great lady, and I had an amazing, gifted, blessed childhood. So happy to share it with you. Go ahead.
Well, that is a glimpse into both of our childhood. I hope you guys enjoyed. Just to let you guys know, Donovan and Emil won't be making videos. We hope they'll be able to come back into the club.
Yeah, welcome to anytime.
Yeah, we'll just wait and see. But we love you both, and now we're looking for a Wednesday and Thursday couple.
Yeah.
Give us some more topics. And we'll
Yeah, post them on our Facebook fan page. We're
Yeah.
getting some topics posted there, and some other people are posting on my personal Facebook page. So that's a great place to put them because they're written down and we don't lose them.
yeah. So I usually plan out like a month ahead of time, but we need some for coming up
Yeah.
times. Yes, and
So y'all know, oh snap, it's Hope was kind enough to say that she would like to give the camera to someone else that we did in our giveaway. So as a reminder, here it is. We are going to give it away again.
and the very first person
that
puts a comment on this video gets it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Go. Y'all have a great week. We'll see
Bye
you next week.
guys. We love you.
Peace out. Be safe. Have a good time. See you soon. Hasta luego. Hey, you!